Shalom, Yashala, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Yasharallah. Kol Holoyim La Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Haraka Kodash. We're blessing our elders with the spirit of truth so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Akwaf that's keeping the faith in the works. Y'all keep at it. This your brother Abaya coming at you with more precepts. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 37 and verse 12. It says, "The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth." Right? The wicked plotteth against the just, and it's been that way since this devil been in rulership really before. According to Genesis chapter 27, where our forefather Jacob and his brother Esau witnessed their father pass, and Jacob got the blessing, and Esau vowed from that day forward to bring death to Jacob. Right? Jacob got his name changed to Israel. Israel had sons, and those sons became the nation of Israel, in which we are a part of. So that plotting against the just, which is who the Most High chose, right, which is Israel, the wicked have been plotting since, right? But the wicked in his pride speaks about the plots, right? Let me go to Psalms 64 and verse 8. "So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away." All right, so they tell on themselves, but you really have to know what you're hearing, know what you're seeing, which means the Most High has to be dealing with you, right? Let me see. They go to, I think it's in 1 John. Is it 5? Let me see. 1 John. Let's see, brother. Maybe 4. Let me see. It's a lot. 1 second. Alright, so this is the book of 1 John, chapter 4, and verse 13. It says, "Hereby know we that we dwell in him, and he in us, because he hath given us of his spirit." Right, so the spirit really got to be dealing with you, which means Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has to be dealing with you in order to hear the plot of the wicked, because the scripture tells us that the wicked plot, like we just read. Right, we understand who our enemies are, and we understand that the Most High gave them power to run this world, gave them opportunity to harm Jacob, right, in all forms, in all ways, right, dealing with a mad scientist for real, right. So, let me see. Let me go to the book of Sirach, which is Ecclesiasticus, chapter 11 and verse 30. It says, "Like as a partridge taken and kept in a cage, so is the heart of the proud." Right? So for a point of time, Jacob had, had the upper hand over Esau. But that whole time, Esau wasn't just taking it, right? Taking it in stride. Now he was plotting, in every opportunity that he had. He assisted our enemies in our downfall, or in our harm, or in our oppression, or in our destruction. So how much more so when Yahweh opened that cage and let them basically be free to be the wicked. Gave them the power over the earth. Right? It says, so is the heart of the proud, and like as a spy watcheth he for thy fall. Right? For he lieth in wait and turneth good into evil, and in things worthy praise will lay blame upon thee. Right? And we all understand that the demonization of the truth has been going on. It's just going to elevate. The more they dive into their technological world order, the worse it's going to be for Jacob. Right? Jeremiah chapter 30, Daniel chapter 12, Revelation chapter 12. Right? So I'm going to let this video play, and I'll be back.
In a world plagued by conformity, where truth is distorted, freedom is a distant memory, and Big Brother is always watching. One man, Winston Smith, looks to break through his bleak existence. Introducing the all-new Rebel Illustrated Classics edition of George Orwell's iconic book, 1984. Now, more than ever, in the age of lockdowns, 15-minute cities, and World Economic Forum globalism, everyone must read 1984. Uncover the hidden depths of this literary classic with our exclusive illustrated edition that brings Orwell's haunting vision to life, reborn with a foreword by Ezra Levant and 30 captivating new illustrations by artist Paul Ravoche.
You see that Orwell is not only explaining what might come, but in my opinion, what's already here, even back when he wrote it in 1949, but much more so as we see revealed today, particularly with the last 3 years.
By the way, the White House has just approved and supports the new proposal. The United Nations has released now, and everyone seems to be on board, and it's coming at us like a freight train, our common agenda. But their common agenda is an expansion, and a major expansion, of Agenda 21 and Agenda 2030, including a plan to give the United Nations sweeping emergency powers. The UN, along with its stakeholders of the world, will be there to ensure that there is a unified global response to whatever that crisis might be. Have you voted for anybody at the UN?
Now, how are they going to obtain these higher levels of control like they are moving towards? First and foremost, it's beyond the daughter of Babylon. This is a global thing, which sounds like Revelation 13. Causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Everybody. Right? It's through the technology. Right? Let me see.
So the defense deal is making all the buzz, but there's another sector where the US and India are cooperating, and that's semiconductors or chips. They're often called the oil of the 21st century, the key to global domination. So it's no surprise that chips are a contested asset. The US and China are both trying to dominate this market. They're locked in what's called a chip war. As of today, Washington is leading the race, but China is catching up fast. Where does that leave India? Well, at a vantage point, we say. As a credible alternative to China and a reliable partner for the world, the US wants to move away from China. It wants to make sure that Beijing doesn't get critical technology. It wants to build semiconductors with like-minded countries, aka India. This is called friendshoring. Offshoring with friendly countries, that's friendshoring for you. And this is a big opportunity for India. Because irrespective of what the US wants, India has been pushing itself as an alternative to China. India does not have native semiconductor firms, so it's trying to woo foreign giants. And part of this push is a $10 billion incentive plan. It is aimed at boosting semiconductor manufacturing. And this works well for the US as well. America can support India as it tries to weaken China's chip industry. Again, this looks like a natural fit, and they've been at it for a while. In September last year, the Quad took up this issue. They moved to secure semiconductor supply chains. The Quad, as you know, is a member of is a group of 4 countries, 4 members: India, America, Japan, and Australia. And in March this year, an MOU was signed. A memorandum of understanding was signed. It was signed between India and the US. This was to establish a semiconductor supply chain. Reports say India has now cleared a $2.7 billion Micron chip testing plant. Micron is a major chip company in America. They will set up a plant in India. And this came just ahead of Prime Minister Modi's state visit. The plan is to set up a semiconductor testing and packaging unit. It will be built in the state of Gujarat. India has promised production-linked incentives. We're talking about incentives worth $1.34 billion. Remember, this is the same Micron, the same company that China has recently banned. Washington is asking American firms to invest in India and to move away from China. And the Micron plant is a good start. But this unit will only test and pack semiconductor chips. It won't make in India. New Delhi will have to aim for that, for making in India. For India to dominate the chip market, it will have to manufacture chips. Currently, the chip global supply chain is complicated. Chips are designed in the United States, they're manufactured in Taiwan and South Korea, and then they're assembled in China. If India wants to become a key player, it will have to move fast. It will have to ramp up manufacturing. The plans are already in place. India will get its first semiconductor plant in Gujarat. It is being built by Taiwan-based Foxconn and India's Vedanta. Similarly, ISMC Digital is planning to build a $3 billion fabrication plant. This will be located in the state of Karnataka. So India has the potential to become a key manufacturer if things move in the same direction and at the same pace.
Right. So the world are chasing, or the world is chasing, semiconductors. The world is chasing microchips. And it's not by coincidence. Read Revelation 13, man. Right? Karagma, something that's inserted, something that's etched into. Right? So, let me see. I'm going to go to Sirach, chapter 11 again. And verse 33, and I end with this. Take heed of a mischievous man, for he worketh wickedness, lest he bring upon thee a perpetual blot, a never-ending blot. Right? While you at reading Revelation 13, go ahead and read Revelation 14 as well. And you'll see that perpetual blot. Alright? So with that, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Sharatazah, these precepts in this video were edifying. Call Haloyim La Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Harakakodash Shalom Yashalom.